on Salvage Hunters. In Suffolk, Drew goes on a spending spree when he gets first dibs on some exquisite antiques imported from France.
Got some gorgeous things.
Oh, you can have anything you want.
Brilliant. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What are these going to cost then?
Rooting around an antiques warehouse in Lancashire, Drew digs up a vintage bamboo cabinet.
It's got a tree growing through it. We've never had to prune an antique before we've moved it before.
Don't damage me ivy.
And as the first antique dealer to set foot in a Lincolnshire tea and coffee factory that dates back to 1902, Drew perks up when he makes a rare discovery.
These are really desirable, and the Americans don't just like them a bit, they love them. If I made it up to 150 quid for the pair, I really can't pay any more than that.
Drew Pritchard is one of Britain's leading decorative salvage dealers.
Oh my word. What on earth have they been doing in here? Oh yeah, that's beautiful. What a thing.
He's on a hunt for weird and wonderful objects.
My God, this is rare. He's a jolly chap, isn't he?
He is.
In his search for treasure...
Wow, this is Indiana Jones stuff, isn't it? Oh, it's just so good.
He bargains hard.
It's a 500 quid gamble, or I'm walking away from it.
And there's nothing he won't buy.
100 quid would do the deal.
Man, I'll have it.
With help from Rebecca...
If you compare it to the ones that Drew bought, they're virtually identical.
And a team of renovators, he transforms thousands of items, from junk to gems. Whilst Drew's vast knowledge and experience are crucial elements to his success, there are some aspects of the trade that still rely on good fortune and being in the right place at the right time.
As a dealer, it's always important to be first through the door, whether it's at a fair, a new shop, anything. You know, the first person into a house clearance or a demolition. Timing is everything. There's no point in going later. If somebody's opening something new, you want to be first through the door. It's very important.
Today, Drew's fortunate enough to have been invited to buy from a freshly imported collection of French antiques before it goes on sale to the general public. So he and T are driving 280 miles from Conwy to Ipswich in Suffolk to meet a husband and wife team who've carved out a very niche business.
They're based in France and the UK, so they buy in France for months at a time, months and months and months, and then bring it all back to the UK and then sell it from there. Kathy and Peter, he's got a background in the army, so they've moved around the world. And then I think they're just both doing the buying now. So I'm just going to have a look. You just never know, do you?
No, it's worth a look.
Set on the banks of the River Orwell, Ipswich was one of the most important towns for the Anglo-Saxons after the fall of the Roman Empire. On the outskirts is Bildiston. Once a Saxon farming community, it's now a thriving village and home to the Boole Inn. This Grade 2 listed building is a private house, but a few times a year, the gardens and outbuildings are open for public fairs. Visitors descend en masse to bring a little French je ne sais quoi into their English homes. It's all the brainchild of Peter and Kathy Bullen.
We've been doing this for about
10 years.
10 years now.
We set it up like a kind of slightly theatrical event, putting it into a setting so that people can relate to our pieces, because we like the pieces to be things that people can live and enjoy in their daily life rather than just sitting on a shelf.
Hello.
Hi Drew.
How are you doing?
T, how are you?
This is very nice.
This is a bit different than your usual scrummage because...
This is very different, yeah.
Yeah, we're half set up. We buy French antiques, objets d'art, anything that we find interesting. And we do 4 seasonal events a year, spring, summer, autumn, and now Fête de Noël. We do a trip in between each one of our fêtes.
What a good idea. It's ideal because when you concentrate people buying and you say, look, we're open for 4 days and we've been out for weeks buying, you're going to be there. How does this end up in Suffolk?
Because we've actually got a house in Provence as well.
Yeah.
And more importantly, we've got a good barn garage by the house.
Okay.
So what we do is we go down, we do the markets. We've got some lovely dealer friends now that we know well. And we buy it, We kind of clean it, wash it, pack it there, put it in the garage that we've got there, then we bring it back.
That's a very sensible way of doing it.
It sounds like it's financing an extended holiday.
Well, these I recognise. I've bought a lot of these in the past. I always nickname them splash vases. I love these things. Do you want to sell any of it now?
Yeah, you can have anything you want.
Brilliant. A true dealer.
Yeah, true dealer. Everything's for sale.
What I'll do is we'll start to put a little bit of a list together. I'm interested in that one, that one, that one, and that one.
Yeah.
Obviously, those would be the four that sort of jump out at me straight away. But let's have a quick look round.
Have a little look.
There's a lot to see.
There's kind of lots, and as I say, we're half unpacking.
So how many people do you get through then?
We probably, bizarrely, have a couple of thousand through.
A couple of thousand?
And we try and make it a fun event to come to.
Is wine involved as well?
Lots. All the time, whenever possible.
That's lovely. Really like
So
that.
that's Biot.
Biot.
It's got a kind of knobble from where it's been...
I like it. It's really thrown. It's really sort of basic.
So the bubbles come
together.
as part of the souffle as they blow it.
That's gorgeous, isn't it?
So we bring a lot of Biot back because we've got rather obsessed by it.
The town or the maker?
It's the town and the maker.
Oh, okay.
So the town is called Biot and the glass is called Biot.
In the beautiful hill town of Biot in the French Riviera, craftsmen create their notorious bubble glass by sprinkling bicarbonate of soda on top of molten glass, covering it with more hot glass, and then hand blowing it. The bicarbonate reacts with the heat and evaporates, leaving behind bubbles of carbon dioxide which catch the light. This serving bowl is a fine example of the technique and could be worth around £140.
How much would that be?
Well, for you...
Well, you know, we want you to make a profit so you can carry on doing it.
Well, no, if I'm selling it here, it'll be about 80.
Okay. What can I buy that then?
You certainly can. Should we
Thank
put
you
it
very
in
much.
your pile?
Let's put it in the pile because I really love that.
It's gorgeous.
Any space not used for display gets utilised for storage instead. Peter and Kathy have taken advantage of every nook and cranny.
It's so tiny up there, you'll probably have to rummage on your own. Good luck.
I'll go alone.
Should we pass some food in an hour if you haven't come out?
If I'm not back in an hour, send somebody in. God, you've been busy. My word. Inevitably, I'm going to end up in the storage and in the roof of the beautiful old barn they have here. It's rammed full of stuff. Absolutely rammed. I love this stuff. You've got one of my sort of, how can I put it? I love this stuff. Shall I hand you that down?
Yeah, hand that down.
A very good friend of mine bought me one with a piranha in.
No.
I've got a piranha, yeah. Oh, look at that. That poor seahorse. I don't think he wanted it to end that way, did he? I've got this liking, right, I really shouldn't, because one of my great loves is fine 18th century English furniture, and I really like bits of tat in lucite as well. You know, I don't know why, it makes me giggle. And they've got this great big bit there with some poor unfortunate little fish and seahorses ensconced in it. Got to have that, hand that down. There's some extraordinary stuff up here.
That's my extraordinary taste.
And then we're over to the bit where clearly you've had a couple of Pernod. Haven't you? Hey, what's going on here? This is drunk buying, isn't it?
Look at those candlesticks.
Why?
I think that's really cool. They are, Drew, just trust me.
Okay. Oh, wow. So much stuff. Ah, one of my favourites. What's coming down? That's lovely. Look at that. Can I pass you these bits? Got some gorgeous things. That's heavy and wet.
Amazing. There we go, T.
Thank you.
This one's a little bit wet as well.
It's the daisy.
And then one of my old favourites, Valse and Lambert.
It is just, they're just lovely.
Love these things.
This mid-century twisted glass table lamp is by Valse and Lambert, a famous Belgian manufacturer that started producing pieces in the 1800s. Its vibrant pink-coloured core is covered with a thick, clear crystal casing, a technique known as sommerso, which is Italian for submerged. It could be worth around £300.
OK, Drew, what a lovely sight.
Hey?
If you come back again... Don't have any biscuits.
What are you trying to say? I know, I've put on a bit of timber.
Safely back down, Drew has put together a collection of all the glassware that he's interested in buying.
But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What are these going to cost then? So how much is that one?
We could do, what, 110?
Fine, take that one.
Yep.
This one?
This one, I really wouldn't want to sell that for less than 60.
Sold.
So I'll give you
I don't
that.
blame
I'm
you.
giving
Beautiful.
you good prices
That's a
here.
great price. Love it. It's got almost a green iridescence to the glass. It looks like a great big spinning wheel at speed. Now, if you spin a wheel and look down on it, it looks like that. It looks like it's moving. Quite an incredible thing.
I actually, with that one, I don't want to go below what it already is on for, which
So that's
is
120 for that
because I
one?
know that's a truly
Fine.
fabulous
I'll
piece.
take that one. This one?
That I will do for 60.
Fine, sold.
That one, I can do it for 80, but absolutely
Sold.
no less
That's
than
fine.
that.
And then the big splash one?
And the big splash one, I can't do it any less than what it's on for.
120?
Yeah.
Fine, we'll take that as well.
Really
this one
great
purely
price.
because I just shouldn't.
I
but
know,
do.
I shouldn't. Well, shall I do 50 on that one?
50,
Yeah.
I got to have it. And then
Yeah.
this one over there.
What about 60?
Oh, yeah,
That's
fine.
crazy
That's very
of
good
me,
of
isn't
you.
it?
Yeah.
I know.
So I spend roughly £500 on that batch of French glass, art glass vases, all sorts. Very happy with that. Remember, you know, we're spending some money to make some money, but we're not going to make loads, but we're going to have lots and lots of small profits here, lots and lots of happy customers.
So these are French drinks trolleys. Everybody's asking for drinks trolleys at the moment.
What can you do that for? Because that's got all sorts going on there. It's a little bit of glamour, it's a little bit of Bauhaus, it's a little bit of modernism, it's got everything.
275.
At the Bull Inn in Suffolk, Drew is getting first dibs on some French pieces, fresh from across the English Channel. And a chic modernist drinks trolley has taken his fancy.
What can you do that for? Because that's got all sorts going on there. It's a little bit of glamour, it's a little bit of Bauhaus, it's a little bit of modernism, it's got everything.
275.
Yep, we'll have it.
Lovely.
You said it's got everything. It hasn't got any drinks on it.
No,
10 minutes down the road, the couple have rented a large storage barn to house yet more of their collection. Kathy's husband Peter is waiting to show the boys around.
Hello.
Hi,
You all right?
Hi,
How you
Drew.
doing?
Peter, tea.
nice tea.
Good to meet
Yeah,
you.
nice to
Yeah,
meet you, nice to meet
yeah.
you. All right, that.
Yeah, we got the chairs to go with it as well.
Straight away, Drew spotted a 1930s bistro table.
That's a cracker, isn't it? Love the colour.
What's the top made of?
It's marble, I think.
Is it marble or is it reconstituted? I think it is marble,
I
isn't
think it is marble, yeah. Yeah.
That's lovely. What are you asking for it with the chairs and what are you asking without the chairs?
250 without the chairs. And with the chairs probably going to be make it 650. So
250.
for the table and as it is at the moment, yeah.
Fine, I'll have it. I don't want the chairs.
Okay,
Is that all right?
that's fine.
All right.
Absolutely fine.
The table, that's an easy win for us. Looks really attractive. We'll just wash the top down, dust the base, sell it. You don't have to do too much with that. But if you're after a nice garden table you can leave outside all year, that's it. So you got a tanker desk as well.
Yeah, French.
They made them all over the place. They were licensed. I just like the colour of that one.
This is very French because it's got the cigarette burn in the top there.
These steel tanker desks were originally made in America in the 1940s and were designed to save space in the new fashionable open-plan offices of the time. The design was so popular that they were produced internationally and were, for a time, the best-selling commercial desk in the world. Known for being pretty much indestructible, they're made from thick steel sheets and were used in institutions such as schools, offices, and the military. This one is an unusual green colour, and it would suit an interior with an industrial look. It could be worth around £500.
How much is that?
Make me an offer. Go on,
150 quid.
175 and it's yours.
Sold.
Done.
That wasn't bad, was it?
That was easy.
That was good.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of a bargain for us, but it's not got any key. It's got 2 burn marks in the top, and it needs a really big clean. But still, that's a win. Okay. Well, I think we're done.
Great.
A fantastic day in Suffolk with Kathy and Peter at Boole Inn. Just different, fun. It's very energetic, very colourful, very bright. I really like the fact that they do it at their own house. It was a joy to be around, and I bought loads of stuff. Buy of the day, obviously I've got this thing for that lucite with little horrible, unfortunate dead fish in it. I've just got a bit of a thing for those.
It was great fun. Far better than we expected.
Peter, don't say that. Stop. Don't say that. What he meant to say is that we were so busy with work, we felt that we couldn't cope with one more thing. And we've laughed all day. It's been fantastic. We've actually learned loads of things. Drew's been really interesting about lots of bits and pieces.
And we sold some bits and pieces, which has been wonderful.
We've had a lovely, lovely time.
That was great. I really enjoyed that. Got some really, really good buys there, you know, all that glass. I love it when I'm able to buy multiples of things. Absolutely love it when you get a ready-made collection. You put the whole thing in the shop. It just looks great, you know, it really, really looks great. Then I think that financially the best buy is actually the that table, you know, the garden table with the marble top. I think that's going to make us the most money.
A few days later, the boys are back on the road. They're making a 180-mile trip east to Lincoln city centre, where a call's come in from a business that you wouldn't necessarily associate with antiques. But as it's been running since the early 1900s, and Drew is the first dealer they've ever invited through their doors, this is an opportunity not to be missed.
It's an unusual one. We're going to Stokes Tea and Coffee Merchants. Been around for about 120 years.
So, other than buying lovely coffee, what are we hoping to get today from a coffee shop?
If it's an old coffee retailer, you can possibly have some of the decorative tins.
Oh, okay.
That's the main thing. But I'm also thinking, you know, huge storage cupboards, shelving, shelf fittings. That's what you want, because that's what people want now. And what's the most popular drink in the world at the moment? I think it's probably coffee, isn't it?
Perched on top of Lincoln's steep hill, there's not one but two extraordinary buildings, both constructed in the 11th century by the order of William the Conqueror. First, the imposing Gothic Lincoln Cathedral, and in its shadow, Lincoln Castle, with its defensive walls still dominating the city today. By the 19th century, wool manufacturing had made Lincoln a very affluent city. Perhaps that's why, in 1902, Robert Stokes began selling tea and coffee here, goods which at the time were very expensive. The business is still in the same family, and today, the fourth generation at the helm is Nick Peel.
We are a local family business. My great-grandfather became very interested in tea and coffee and started specialising and won a few awards. We're now housed in this building, which is an old asylum. It was built in 1820. Nice to have during tea around, and you know, they might find some stuff buried that would be interesting.
Thank you. Nick.
Hello.
How are you doing? All right.
How are we? You
Hello.
okay?
Hi, welcome to Stokes.
Thank you very much for having us.
Yeah.
Can we have a look round? Can you show us the show us the business?
Yeah.
What you're doing? What you're up to? I can see bits of the old business knocking around.
Yes.
What's that? Is that a grinder?
No, it's a tea packing machine.
Right.
I believe it's from about 1920. Still working.
Do you still use
Yeah,
it?
well, occasionally. We usually use it at Christmas when we're really busy and we need to pack the tea really quickly.
We get calls into all sorts of places, and you never say no to any of them if you possibly can. You always want to go and have a look. Who knows what we're going to find here today? I mean, there might be some remnants of the business from 100 years ago. You never know. Obviously, we're here to try and buy some things off you, and I saw those on the way in.
Right.
Those tea canisters there.
Yeah, they were one of the first things that Mr. Stokes bought.
They would
to
be,
get his
yeah.
shop going.
Can I get one down?
Yeah, sure.
These are really desirable.
Yeah, the top's loose.
Yeah. That's quite damaged, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there was a fashion, well, still is, for converting these to lamps.
All right.
You solder that back on, put that in, put a lamp at the top of it,
All right.
and people turn them into table lights. And the Americans love them.
Right.
Like, they don't just like them a bit, they love them. Yeah, the condition of these is not great.
No, it's not.
Because of the state they're in, these will need converting.
These 19th century tin canisters were used to display and sell loose tea. Mainly imported from China and very expensive, tea was only affordable to the wealthiest in society. Most likely produced in England, these canisters have been decorated with a Chinese-influenced design style called chinoiserie, which was fashionable at the time thanks in no small part to the popularity and exclusivity of tea. Both canisters have some damage, with fading to the decoration, and one is missing its lid altogether. However, once converted into lamps, they could be worth around £400.
Value-wise, in this state, not a great deal of money.
No.
That one's all right. We can do something with that one just about. But without the lid, this one's a bit... I'm thinking that's probably worth 100 quid as it stands, and that one, not a great deal at all. But if I made it up to 150 quid for the pair, that would be... I really, really can't pay any more than that because I just can't.
OK. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah? Is that all right?
Yeah.
Lead on, show us a bit more.
Now, I'm sure you like basements and
do.
cellars. So
We always end up in the outbuildings, the cellar or the attic.
yeah.
Is this more...
There you go.
Where do you get these from? Parnell & Sons, complete shop fit. I've heard of Parnell & Sons, we've had their stuff before. These are papier-mâché. These are lovely. So, papier-mâché. So that one's got sort of tea-making scenes.
Yeah.
So those would have been water slide decorations, not hand-painted on that one. That one's hand-painted. That one's got a more of an Indian feel to it. Would these have been in the original tea house that you had?
Yeah, there would have been a shop display.
Parnell & Sons were a successful shop-fitting company that started in 1820. It's likely that this firm helped fit out the original Stokes coffee and tea store back in 1902, and that these bowls would have been made bespoke. By the turn of the century, India had superseded China as the main exporter of tea to the UK, and the design on one of the larger bowls depicts Indian tea growers. Possibly used on the shop counter to display loose teas that were for sale, these are decorative and collectible objects, especially for tea lovers. The collection could be worth around £350.
Do you want to let any of them go?
Well, I want to keep hold of a few, but...
Yeah. So I think I'd like to buy one of these.
Yep.
I'd like to buy one of those.
Yep.
I'd like to buy that one. That one, that one. That one.
Sure.
And that one.
OK.
What are they worth? 1, 2, 3, 4. 50... I think sort of 150 for the lot.
Drew is the first and only dealer to have been given access to buy from Stokes, a historic tea and coffee emporium in Lincoln. And he's found a collection of ornately decorated papier-mâché bowls.
These are lovely.
It's likely that they were made bespoke for the original shop to display loose tea when it opened in 1902.
I think sort of 150 for the lot would be about fair. And they are really a shop fitting.
Yeah.
It's just a shop fitting. Yeah. So that's where I'm at, 150 quid.
Sure.
You sure?
Yeah.
It's just about okay, isn't it? It's not a great deal of money, but it's probably a little bit too much for these. But I have to have them. So am I going to pay a little bit over the odds? Yes. Are they going to look different and interesting in the shop? Yes. Are they going to be collected by people who collect tea stuff? Yes. Now this again, I've had a few of these. I just find them really tactile and attractive. It's lovely. 25 quid.
Sure.
Yeah?
OK, yeah.
That's too much money again. It's not the sort of thing I buy. I just find it really attractive. In your kitchen.
Yeah.
Just great, you know, just great. All right, I'm happy.
Good.
Can we have a cup of tea?
Certainly.
Yeah?
Drew may be thirsty for a brew, but having a cuppa here is a serious business.
This is Mike. He's our resident tea
Hey, Mike, how you
expert.
doing?
Very good, thank you very much.
Good, good, good.
We're going to do a tea tasting.
Well, Drew's quite skilled at tea.
I am. I do like a cup of tea more than, I think, more than anything, actually.
More than anything?
More, pretty much. Any other drink?
Even antiques?
Tea. Oh, no. Go on, then. Teach me some stuff.
So, out of all the tea in the world, there are only 6 different types. In here, we've got 4 of those. So we're going to be having a look at a white tea, a green tea, we've got an oolong tea and a black tea on here.
Okay.
Aside from that, we'd have a dark tea and we'd have a yellow tea as well. So
that's
those are
it,
different
it's
types.
worldwide.
That's it for the types.
And it's just different blends of
Everything
that
else
makes
is different origins, different blends, different flavourings and things like that. But it comes from those fundamental 6 types of tea.
Okay. I have never been to a 100-year-old, 120-year-old tea wholesaler. We have now.
We're going to suck it into our mouths and we'll get this slurping sound.
We're good at that.
The idea
we can do this, can't we? No problem.
So, in it goes. Swill it around your mouth, have a little bit of a taste.
That's lovely. Really like that. That's got a great taste to it.
Tea would have been like a ritual. It would have been for the VIPs, for the very important, and so it went in the very best sort of...
Now you're into my world of tea caddies.
Absolutely.
Tea tables where they were locked away.
Yeah, they would have
all
been.
of that, highly prized, very, very expensive. Very expensive. A real luxury good of its time.
Is milk first a corporal offence, then?
Milk first?
Yes. It's wrong.
The rule is there.
Don't do it. Today, if anything proves the old adage, you must go and have a look. You can't ever say no. You've got to just see what's out there. Did you manage to buy some of their original advertising material? Yes, we did. A fun, interesting day.
I think Drew's found some interesting stuff. The bowls and the tea canisters, which he mentioned he was going to reuse and turn them into something else, which, yeah, I think it's a great way to upcycle things.
I enjoyed that. What a nice guy Nick was. I love, absolutely love, old businesses that have been handed down through the family and are still functioning, especially something, a 19th century tea importer. Do you know what I really enjoyed the most? The tea tasting.
Yes, you can see why it's such a ceremony, especially when it was so expensive.
Yeah.
The boys' final visit of the week is a little closer to home. Today they're driving just 92 miles north to Bretherton in Lancashire. They're going to see a veteran dealer who's agreed to give Drew access not just to his showroom, but also his storage warehouses, which are usually off-limits to members of the public.
Right, today we are off to the Old Corn Mill Antiques. It's a antique centre, been here about 20-odd years. Yeah, keen to go and have a look. And it's not very far from home. What's it, hour and a half, hour and 40, something like that?
Hour and 45.
It's up the road, really.
Not a lot.
No.
Well, in our terms, not a lot.
No, in our terms, it's round the corner.
The small village of Bretherton is in the heart of the beautiful Lancashire countryside, close to the estuary where the River Ribble starts. The area has a rich industrial history of trading and transporting goods and was renowned for its cotton production. The village is home to the Old Corn Mill Antique Centre. Inside is a warren of rooms with all manner of antiques and collectibles. And outside, there are several storage units filled with larger, unrestored pieces. It's run by a hard bargaining Lancastrian, Aidan Finn.
I've got lots of stuff all over the place, here, there and everywhere. A wide range of furniture, clocks and ceramics and everything. It's a bit like a maze, you can get lost quite easy. And I hope Drew really enjoys his route round. I'm pretty certain he's going to have a right good rummage. I'll just have to wait and see what he's dug up and where it's come from. He'll probably find things I forgot about that have been buried for years, which I hope he does. And with a bit of luck, he'll enjoy what he finds.
Hello.
Hello, Drew. Good to see you.
Thank you for having us.
As well.
You all right? How are we? You well?
To see what bargains we've got.
I have,
Oh, yeah.
I have. We've not been here before, so we're looking forward to it. How long have you been here? It looks like you've been here a very long time.
I think it's over 20 years now.
Really?
Yeah. I used to do the running in the trade. That's what I started off doing.
Okay.
It was like mostly shipping stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'd have our certain dealers that'd ask us what they're looking for. We'd go out scavenging for it, fill the vans, go back at night, offload it, and out again the next day.
Happy days.
My dad won't let us come home with the stock in the van. Had to be sold that day. That's the old days.
I love that.
He started off in it, and then we sort of went into it straight after school. So
Did you say we? Was it you and a family member?
Yeah, there's 4 of us, 4 brothers.
4 brothers?
Yeah. They nicknamed us the Mafia.
Really? It's not a great nickname to have.
No,
you actually come up against
we used to wear the
Mafia.
black Crombies.
Really?
Yeah, black Crombie shirt and tie.
Brilliant. Well, I'm looking for anything and everything, really. There's nothing I'm not really looking for.
It's intriguing me what you're going to try and find. Cause
I don't know. I don't know. I don't ever go out looking for something. Well, there you go. Look, there's something there. A bit of Whitefriars. I don't ever go out looking for anything. It's just something that catches my eye.
It jumps out at you.
And I just go, well, I like that.
Go with your gut.
Whitefriars, wave ribbon. Well, it's ribbed. It says ribbon. Tumbler vase, 1930 to 20 quid. £20.
Yeah, a bargain.
A bargain. I'm not even going to bother trying to bid you on that. I'll take that, thank you. I should know, actually. No, hang on, no. What am I doing? I've got to bid you on it. How much is the trade on that?
Not your quid off a lot.
Brilliant. I'll keep this. I'll pay you the 20. And another one.
Yeah.
Right, can I have a trade price on this one? How much is that?
Has it not got a price on it?
20 quid. You're going to do it a quid again, aren't you?
No. Whose is it? Let's have a look.
I'm not even going to bother. 20 quid's fine.
Yeah, go on then.
No, I'll have those. I'll have those.
That's another one, isn't it?
Yeah. So that one, I don't know if that one's quite got it. But what I like to do is put little collections together. It makes life easy if you just put a little collection together.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, go on, I'll have that as well.
These 3 vases were made by a London-based company called Whitefriars, a prolific glass manufacturer who produced pieces from the mid-1800s right through to 1980. Famed for experimenting with different bold colours and textures in their glassware and for producing pieces of the highest quality, today Whitefriars glass is highly collectible. These 3 ruby red vases could be worth around £300.
60 quid. 60 quid for 3. Great, and they look brilliant together as well. So whatever I do with them, you know, we're on to a winner, really. I mean, there's nothing to do to them as well. So, yeah, a good start. Oh, my God, look at the size of those.
I tell people, if you want to see the mantelpiece, they come off.
They look great in the shop, but nobody buys them.
Well, they do if you've got a big house.
Why am I looking at those? I don't want them.
Because they're different.
Are they ridiculously cheap?
I think I've got, what, 1,200 each on them.
Let's keep going. Is that your warehouse at the back there?
That's part of it, yes.
Can we have a look?
Of course you can. Hey. Well, I don't know what you may find out here, but you're welcome to have a browse.
No. 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 Oh, hang on. What's this?
Oh, the bamboo cabinet. But I've got a better one than that. Big one.
Oh, yeah. That's in a bit of a state, isn't it? I do like them.
Used to been crazy money.
Yeah. Can I just...
Yeah, of course you can.
Hang on, before I go emptying all this crap off it, what's it worth?
To you, 50 noughts.
Right, let's have a look at it. Spin it round. Top's gone, isn't it?
Potential in it, though.
Potential. I buy occasionally, but very occasionally, is bamboo furniture. In one of the units here, there's a small glazed bookcase, just, you know, waist height type of thing. Great for just one side of a window, fill it full of books and bits, this, that and the other, put a nice lamp on it, a couple of picture frames, bang, perfect. And there was a fashion for this. And with anything with a fashion, it's going to come in and out of style. Certain bits of it, though, will always be cool things to have. 50 quid.
To you, yeah.
Sold.
Excellent.
Thank you. Where next?
Well, the other one's better one in here.
Is that 50 quid as well?
I think it, no, it's a bit dearer. There's
60?
Nice try, there's 2 parts to it. That's if we can see it.
Where is it?
It's in this corner, I think.
It's got a tree growing through it.
Well, yeah, what do you want? You know.
Have you seen this? Come and have a look at this. Do you know those things on how not to sell antiques?
It's like a diamond in
Have you had it a while?
I've had it a few years.
It's bedded in.
It's taken root.
I paid a lot of money for that when I bought that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Why have you left it there?
Forgot.
Come on then, let's get it. I am interested. Tell you what, T, have you got a knife on you? We've never had to prune an antique before we've moved it before.
I tell you, I've got a strimmer thing on me. Yeah.
It's only light.
Hang on, I'll just detach the tree from it.
Seriously,
Look at this, look at this, look.
Don't damage me ivy.
There you go.
This cabinet is made from bamboo and rattan, two materials which are not only currently back in fashion, but are also considered to be sustainable. Fast-growing bamboo in particular is being looked at as a viable alternative to plastic. This bookcase with glazed doors and cabinet dates from the early 20th century. A very versatile piece. Once restored, it could be worth around £500.
Look at that for a rare lump.
It's not rare.
It's rare when I've got it.
Get out of it.
It's rare when I've got it.
How long's that been in there then?
Long time. The original glass.
Look, if you're trying to upsell this now, you really...
I know, it's bad,
If you
isn't
can
it?
upsell that...
I can always
you are. Go on.
I can always upsell
Go on,
it.
go
Look
on.
at it.
Do it.
It's as honest as the day it came in here. Looks a lot better now, doesn't it?
No. How much is this 50 quid piece of furniture then?
1.5. That's what I give for it.
How's 100 quid?
1.25.
The boys are at an antique centre in Lancashire, where Drew spotted a bamboo cabinet camouflaged as an ivy bush.
Tell you what, T, have you got a knife on you? We've never had to prune an antique before we've moved it before.
Now they've unearthed it, Drew wants to buy it.
How much is this 50 quid piece of furniture then?
1.5. That's what I give for it.
How's 100 quid?
1.25. It's a bargain. It's a double stacker. £120. Left a...
Oh, I'm not going to argue over a five. A 125 deal.
Go on then.
Thank you. That, once it's been through the workshops, everything will be tightened up properly, really thoroughly cleaned, everything checked, make sure it is perfect. So it's absolutely beautiful, ready to go into your house. We're making some proper money on that. We're not making a few quid. We're doing really well on that piece.
I don't know what else we might find.
Anything, really.
Well, you never know.
Aha! Well, I recognise that.
You don't know what that is, do you?
I do, yeah. Chaplin and Peter Bureau.
Yeah, signed. Yeah, I paid a lot for that, though.
That's not my problem.
No, I know.
That's not my problem. If you paid too much for it...
I like it.
Is it for sale?
It is, but it may be a bit strong.
Chaplin and Petter were furniture makers who started in the mid-1800s and developed a reputation for producing good quality arts and crafts pieces. This bureau was made in around 1905. The main timber is oak and it has a detailed scene inlaid in the wooden front. When the top is pulled down, it reveals several pigeonhole compartments, making it a useful piece for modern-day storage. This exact bureau is featured in a comprehensive catalogue of Chaplin and Petter's work, giving the item good provenance. With some light restoration, it could be worth around £1,800.
Stunning piece. I'd be normally asking for that about 2.5. Big ones.
I ain't going to get that for it.
How near can you get?
To where?
To 2.
No. It's not worth 2. It's not worth 2 retail.
It's got a very good name.
It's got an... It's got an average name. Should we do it on car terms? Right, so you've got your Rolls Royce and your Bentleys.
Yeah.
And then you've got your Vauxhall, whatever, down here.
It's nowhere near that.
Right,
More like a Merc.
It's lower Merc.
No, upper Merc.
It's Jag.
Well, Jags aren't bad.
Lower than Merc, but that's where it is.
Oh, so
That's where it is.
Should have been dearer then, shouldn't it?
No.
Why not?
It's 800 quid.
No, I'll give more than that for it. To you, rock bottom, £1,000. And that's cheap. All the brass is there, the copper.
£1,000.
To you.
Sold.
Go on then.
Thank you.
You got a nice lump there.
Yeah. If you're going to deal in, specifically late arts and crafts, early arts and crafts, Art Deco, Art Nouveau, Bauhaus, you better get ready for the fact that sooner or later you're going to be out of fashion. Whereas I don't really deal in that sort of stuff. So, yeah, he may have paid £2.5 grand, but today it ain't worth that. For what I'm paying for £1,000, I'm happy, because the quality will out. And once it's been through the workshops, it'll look $1 million. For £1,000, I'll buy it. We'll take a chance.
Well, there's not much in this one.
Oh, there is that, though.
Yeah, nice and honest, in original scrumble. I'll do you that for 1.5 and all.
Will you really?
Yeah.
You're a good man.
I know, I try. It's rare to get the original scrumble in. They mostly strip them.
Scumbling is a term that describes the way this large chest of drawers has been painted and finished. Made in around 1860, the drawers are constructed from pine, but were hand-painted or scumbled to look like oak. In Georgian times, this was a common technique to increase the value of a piece of furniture. But today, it's becoming difficult to find pieces that retain this original faux finish. This chest of drawers could be worth around £500.
What do you say, 150?
Yeah.
150, yes, we'll have it. This is a great looking piece. It's what we'd call honest. It's not hiding a thing. All the drawers run perfectly. There's no wear on the drawers. It's all up and together. It's all right. There's nothing wrong with that a good clean won't sort out. How much is that rotten old thing next to it?
That one's dearer.
Is it?
Yeah. 3.
Righto.
Drew has spotted another piece of faux finished furniture. Made in around 1840, this chest of drawers with display cupboard on top has been painted to look like mahogany. It could be worth around £600.
Did you say 200 quid?
Well, I said 3, but...
Did you? Do you want to meet in the middle?
275.
Is that a Lancashire middle?
Yeah.
That's middle and off, that, isn't it?
It is.
Middle and off.
You're going into cricket.
It's a guide. I think you'll find it's all straight.
Yeah. What do you say, 275?
To you, yeah.
Sold. So there is a market for this sort of painted furniture. The pale yellow pine faux oak chest of drawers will sell straight away. That'll go quickly. Super attractive, goes anywhere. Looks good in that sort of boho country house look that I really like. The other piece, it'll just have to be priced correctly. I think somebody's going to find it attractive, but we're not going to make loads of money, but we have got a very good, untouched original piece. Somebody's going to want that. I'm happy with that. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Right, we need to get the van out. I think we've seen the lot now, have we?
Yes.
My word, did we do well. We bought arts and crafts furniture. We bought glassware. You know, we bought bamboo furniture. We across the board. From as little as £20 and £50 a piece, we were buying things. And they're stylish, interesting, desirable things. So, yeah, I'm very happy with today.
Drew bought a few interesting pieces, which was a nice surprise, but they all need a bit of TLC. And Drew's the type of man that'll get it done right. And I can't wait till he comes back again and finds something else. So we'll just have to wait and see if he makes a profit or loses.
Right, that was surprisingly good.
It was. We've not been anywhere before where they were growing their own stock as well.
Yeah, knowing that people say acres of stock.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
It'll grow on you.
You might not like it, but it'll grow on you.
Back at the shop, the spoils from Drew's latest buying trip are on display. And it's easy to see why being the first dealer through the door is so important to the success of the business.
The week's been really good. We were first in on a number of properties, and that makes a huge amount of difference. At Stokes, we were the first people to ever be called in to buy anything from them that we know of. That's good. You know, there was potential there. With Aidan going into parts of his shop that hadn't been open for a while and finding things as well was, you know, a bit of a bonus. Again, we're not first in, but we certainly were the first in for a while. Otherwise, you're just picking over what somebody else has done prior. First in is best.